up, everybody? My name is Kenneth Willis, your host for this week's podcast. We have G Haven, we have Jin, also known as Sean and Nick. We also have the famous and awesomely known NineDux. We have been hinting toward this interview for quite a while, and as you noticed from last podcast, we talked about Stellar N and we talked about little minor details of everything, and we finally got NineDux on, and this is going to be an open discussion. So we're going to have two questions each turn. I'm going to start off with a question of my own, and NineDux, I got to ask, man. This is my first question. How have you been?
Good, man. Nice to hear your voice, Kenny.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess my second question is, that wasn't an April Fool's joke, was it? In announcements, was it on the other server?
Yeah, I think Boo did that. I didn't really.
Yeah, all right.
I had no part in that, so.
I knew it.
Okay. That's nice to hear, man. All right, Sean, you're gonna have to go. Go for it. Your two questions.
So, Dux, after the webtoons, are you planning to continue on Outbreak? That's the question I have.
What am I gonna do after the webtoon? I haven't planned that far ahead yet, but I wanted to, I guess, continue Stellar and with, I think Kay's daughter. She was like in the Stellar 2 briefly, and I wanted to maybe tell her story. Maybe she'll like be in that virtual world. That's a spoiler, but yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. But I haven't fleshed that out, so I might have to start writing down some ideas for that. That should be fun. But yeah, right now I'm doing the webtoon 100%. So.
Okay. Enjoying the webtoons, by the way. Keep up the grind, guy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm mainly doing that just to like improve my artwork, because I know it's not at the professional level yet that I'd like to be, and that's just really good practice for me to get my drawings level up.
Okay, nice. All right. Next question. How about Outbreak? How are you doing on the progress on Outbreak, like the story and everything?
Yeah, so that one, so it kind of came down between the webtoon and doing the Outbreak. I was kind of doing both at the same time, and like story wise, I thought the webtoon story was just better. I like the characters, I like the plot, and the thing with zombie games, especially with the App Store, is that there's so many zombie games out there that it'll be really difficult to get like any sort of traction with the audience, unless I just spend like thousands of dollars on like ad money. I just wasn't gonna get the traffic that I needed to justify doing that. So I kind of put that on hold until I had like a better plot, better idea. But the gameplay, I was pretty happy with. I think I stole that idea from like one of the other mobile games out there. I forget what it was called. It was something about like gathering ingredients to like, I don't know, upgrade your characters. But what is that?
Sounds like it's the Gathering.
Yeah, I forget the name. I'll post it later if I remember. But yeah, I kind of took that gameplay idea, added some of my own bits to it. But yeah, I mean, overall, that one just I put on hold for those reasons.
So earlier in the last podcast, we were discussing Stellar N2 and Stellar N1, and as well as Stellar N8 Crux. But we did have questions on those series. NineDux, just to confirm, Stellar N2, the main one, the main plot, just out of curiosity, what kind of thought process was going through your head as you were making the story? Was it just like, was it supposed to be like left open ended, or for another installment, or um, what's the whole series about, really?
Yeah, so like when I write a story, I generally just have maybe like 2 or 3 scenes that I really want to, you know, portray. Um,
Mhm.
and like I didn't want to bring the original characters in the first part just because that was so overdone with, especially with Acrux. I think I just played around with that cast a little too much, and then it got boring for me. Definitely to just keep going back to the same cast. So yeah, I started with like a scene with the sisters, like Reen and Mia. And I think that whole scene with the reactor was basically what I wanted to show to the people. So I just worked backwards from there. I was like, what would like lead up to that scene, and then I wrote some evil characters, sort of the background story, and then just popped in some interesting characters on top of that, and it kind of went on from there. And then the second part, I know, like after reading the feedback and the reviews, a lot of people wanted to see like the original cast, maybe some like hint of what they would be part
Mhm.
of. So that's when I brought them in the second part, with the whole in the space thing.
Right, yeah. Because I realized while in Stellar and 2, I was kind of questioning where the original cast went, like, where Kay was. Obviously, you solved that. But again, with the crash ship and Stellar and 2, it kind of gave hint as to like where the cast really died, I guess, or they went missing, or do you think you could clarify that for us, or?
Yeah, I think like Len kind of mentioned that in the first part, like what happened to the Earth, and like the augments basically attacked. Everybody kind of ran away. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what like led me to make everybody so miserable, but I just thought it was more interesting than people just like happily adventuring out in space. I mean, I know like
Mhm.
people wanted that kind of end too, but generally I just feel like when things are like too neatly tied up,
Yeah, so you
it
get
doesn't
like a
make
little
for yeah.
grim turn, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make for an interesting story if things are so like neatly happy, and everybody's
Yeah.
kind of like paired up. And so, I just didn't want to go that route. So the crash ship, yeah, they were kind of like stuck there for a while because of like the bots or whatever. And then the second crew like kind of come and like rescue them. And I think,
Yeah.
that was the idea I had in mind. I don't know how well I pulled that off. But yeah, that's what I went with.
Ooh, man. All right, do you have any got your questions ready, or?
Um, yeah. Well, it's not really about Stellarin. I was just wondering about if there would ever be like a continuation to Antares or not at some
Oh
point.
yeah, I have a lot of ideas for that one. Yeah, so I think the first part, like, it kind of left off with like that little girl, like she got kidnapped, right? And like they were supposed to go rescue her.
I
So
think so. Yeah.
yeah, so for the sequel, I wanted to like start with like that little girl, and then like her friend like gets killed or something,
Ooh,
and then the crew like come
okay.
and come and save her. So that's kind of like what I was thinking about. But again, yeah, this is after Webtoons. Like, if I decide to go do that or Stellar and sequel, I think personally, I would like to continue the Antares story, just because like I'm a little bit tired from doing space sci-fi stuff just after Stellar too, because that was such a time-consuming
Yeah.
project.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess the medieval thing's something fresh. I guess. So
Yeah, plus like for that I have to like learn how to draw horses and shit. So, oh sorry, can I
So,
cut
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Back on
Yeah,
the
that-
topic of writing, Dux, I did want to ask, what was the inspiration for you to even start writing?
I think I started like after college or something. So yeah, I think mainly I had a job that was like really miserable, and like I would just like daydream all day while working at this job. And then like the story got kind of good in my head, and then I was like, like I should try to like write this out because it sounds pretty interesting. So I think that's when I started like writing some notes down, just like some bullet points of like what I wanted to do, and then just started from there. Um,
So
yeah,
so
but
then what?
I didn't know how to write. Yeah, so
So then what made you write Antares? Like, what was the base story for it?
story for that. Yeah, so like after doing Stellar for a while, I wanted to do something else, but I didn't want to like do some like traditional school comedy.
Mhm.
So I was looking at like medieval fantasy, but I didn't want like magic and dragons and all that because
Yeah.
I'm not too into that. I'm more into like the Gladiator stuff, like where people are just just killing each other with axes. So big fan of those like medieval movies, like Troy, good movie,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I think I watched that like before I did Antares. And then I was like, I kind of want to like do that with like some heroes and like maybe some like mercenary group.
Mhm.
So yeah, I started with like some couple of characters like that are mercs, and then some soldiers come and they start fighting. So I think that's where I started with that one.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Here's a question. What got you into writing the novels like Stellarin, Antares, and Slay the Goblin, every single one? What got you into writing every single one of them? That's the question I've been asking.
What got me into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I did the first Stellar, and like obviously I didn't know how to like code or write or do anything really.
Yeah, this is
So,
back
yeah.
like this is like 2016, wasn't it?
yeah, the very first Stellar, like I didn't even know how to
Yeah.
draw. So like
Yeah, because that's when I was introduced to it.
yeah, so like I didn't know how to do anything.
10, so
Oh really? Wow. It's a
Wow.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a decade ago. Yeah, good
God.
times. Time
Um,
flies. Yeah.
I
So
didn't
like,
get into. Wait, what? What
yeah,
happened?
go ahead.
I didn't get into Stellar until late into 2019, 2018.
Oh, okay.
Kevin here, Kevin wouldn't stop pestering me about, hey, play Stellar, play Stellar. So I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll give it a try. And
It was
I'm in
last year,
bed.
you liar.
Was it last year?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know, but when I played it, it certainly got me hooked within the first few minutes of playing the first one, and I'm not gonna lie, you know how to wrench my heart out, that's for sure.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, what?
yeah. I don't know if you've seen the. I posted some pictures in the general chat on the main server.
Oh yeah, I
It's
saw
like
that.
a comparison between the old version and then the all-in-one Stellar Ends. So
Yeah,
that. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I don't think I
it
would
took me
read it. Yeah, I don't think I would recommend reading it now. It's so old.
no
Like if I
because
could.
bro, I still have it on my
yeah
phone.
yeah 'cause no yeah when I started it was when the game first came out, so that's what I was given. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
What?
I think back then it was okay, but like if I play it now, I would cringe so hard.
Yeah, it's a.
I don't think I could take it.
Really? Why?
I mean,
I
I
don't
still
know.
enjoy
It's
the
just,
music though. That's the
Oh
only reason
yeah,
I replayed Stellar in Part 1.
yeah, I love the music. I still listen to it from time to time. It's great.
Yeah, the
soundtrack.
music's most of the same. It's just the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, the style is like really outdated now, but yeah, the music's really good.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
even then, it's still worthy of like a second or third placer. It really is. I know just last week I had reinstalled Stellarin 2 just see if I can save my Lana, but that was not the case. Right.
Yeah, I mean you can keep trying. Wait, you could save her, right? Yeah, I thought you could save her. Yeah.
No, there's no way. No matter what choices you make, you can't save her. But questions
in the
floating
virtual world,
about,
yeah. Yeah.
What happened to N in Stellarin 2?
Yeah. What happened to N?
That's an interesting question.
That's a question from War. That's a question from Kevin over there.
Yeah, Kevin's gonna like that.
So I mean, if N died or not?
Oh yes, please answer.
I mean, I didn't write out that part yet, but I probably wouldn't kill her off, because like, yeah, like if Earth got destroyed, I can imagine like if she was like working there, she might have gotten killed in the attack. But I'd imagine she's probably like serving on some like a third party ship somewhere.
Don't kill
There
her.
you go, Kevin. There you go, Kevin. There's your answer.
Okay. Confirmed. We can all rest at ease now. Still 404
she wasn't dead. Okay, Jim.
Yeah, she's working on some ship somewhere.
Hey, Dux, going back to Jin's question, what did get you into writing and coding all those novels?
Yeah, like when I started, I didn't know much, but yeah, like so I started writing out like some ideas for the first story, just because it was like in my head for so long, and I wanted to kind of get it out there. So yeah, when I fleshed it out, like I had an outline that was semi-readable, semi-decent. So I was like, okay, like how do I like put this into like a format? And like visual novels are pretty easy. I mean, you're just showing like characters and backgrounds with a script. So I just thought that would be like the easiest way to do it. And like, yeah, my friend was kind of into Unity at the time, so he kind of showed me how to like make a simple like a Flappy Bird clone, right? Like those like easy games. And then I was like, oh, like for visual novels, you're just showing like images on the screen. So like I can do that, right? So like I just Googled like how to do this in Unity, how to do that, and then I just kind of started there. I tried it out. It seemed to work. Yeah, I just Googled my way through.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, like
I mean,
like the only real
every single time.
the only sort of hard part is the like mini games and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did that purely for fun. Like that didn't need to be in the game.
Well,
yeah, visually
fun, all right.
Yeah. I mean, if you got the pro version, you didn't have to bother with it. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the truth. Is that the truth?
Yeah.
They were definitely fun to play, especially the second one and with the ship and your side scrolling. That was fun. I enjoyed that one. It was difficult, but it was fun.
That was fun. That was fun.
You should have seen the first version. I think it was like you against like 1,000 meteors that were just coming at you. And you had to.
Yeah, I played that one. That was a hell.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I found Stellar in 2 a little bit late, but yeah.
I mean, in the end of the day, I still enjoyed the mini games and stuff anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
So
thanks.
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
laughed a bunch of times.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, because not many visual novels like implement like mini games or anything. It's just choices and stuff like
yeah,
that.
pretty much. So that was
Yeah.
unique, really.
Like a good example would be like Baldur's Sky, right?
Oh,
That is
that's
like
a
a
good
cool.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like a cool fighting element with like mechs and stuff. So
Yeah, I love that one.
I do have a
yeah,
question.
I'm still working on that.
Kevin?
Question.
Sure.
Considering all of the stuff that you've done thus far in regards to not only Stellarin, but Antares, as well as your other works, have you ever considered on bringing on other people to help you out, or have you thought about doing collaborations in regards to other forms of media?
Yeah, I mean, this is like I keep going back to this question, but like I've tried this before. I've brought on some people to help with the music, some people to help with the sound or stories. The thing is, like in the visual novel space, not a lot of people can commit the time consistently. Like, because some of my projects take a very long time to complete. It's really hard to find people that can like sort of commit, throughout the entire project. And like a lot of projects kind of fail that way also, just because people are busy with their own lives, and when like if an artist like leaves during a project, then you're pretty much out of luck. So it's very difficult to find like the right people to work with. But that's always I'm working on, like, I go to these forums and I try to like post questions and see who's interested. But it's a very difficult thing, and these days I just I don't have enough time to go looking. So
I see. Wow, that was interesting. I mean, I didn't think you actually did all that solo, but wow.
yeah, I mean, I think at my level, this is pretty much the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, because like if you think about, like, because I don't make much money from this, so if I had to split that with like two or even three other people, it just that wouldn't make sense either. So
I've got a question, Dux. Have you ever considered doing another installment of the game in a different version or a different style other than visual novel? Like
That's
a
interesting.
third person, or first person?
oh, like in like a 3D. Yeah, I'm not sure I can like afford that. So like to do 3D games, you have to, I mean, buy a lot of assets to begin with. And
You'd have to have
plus,
a pretty good computer too, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
yeah, I
especially
mean,
3D models. Yeah, that's expensive.
yeah, it depends how like high poly you go with the models, but yeah, it'll be pretty. It's both, yeah, more difficult and more expensive to do 3D. So I haven't explored that, but if I find like a good example of like a successful 3D storytelling game, then I might consider maybe copying what they're doing and see if I can pull that off. But yeah, right now, no.
Yeah, so Baldur's Sky is not quite there. It's like 2.5D or whatever. But I
Yeah,
always
but
thought it was.
yeah,
I always thought it was like a good.
yeah, it's like the 2.5D style, right?
Yeah, I felt it was well polished, like for a visual novel game, and right.
Yeah, they definitely like pulled it off right. If I were to do like a
Like in
game, I'd probably
the
do it.
controls all felt solid and stuff. It was fun to play. So
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's hard to balance the story with the gameplay, because if I do decide to like build like a full on game that's not a visual novel, then it kind of like I'm split between working on the gameplay bits and working on the story bits. So like I'll have to compromise like somewhere, and I don't want to like I don't want to cut the story shorter because I have to improve the gameplay. So
no, I mean, I've always preferred like story over gameplay, anyways. But the gameplay is more of like a compliment to the game instead of like the whole thing. So
Yeah, if I do go that route, I'll definitely have to bring on somebody to do one of the parts, I guess.
yeah. 'Cause, at the end of the day, I like what matters to me the most is like the music, the art, and the story. Like I don't really care too much about the gameplay, but it's nice to have as like something else to do aside from reading and stuff. So
yeah, I think the music is like a huge part. You know, like I guess I spend a lot of hours looking for like the right music, but like when you find the perfect thing for the scene, and then you play it for the first time, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, 'cause I find like it's not necessarily the art that sets the scene; it's more the music, I guess.
Yeah, like the right music can just like turn the story around. That's one thing that I kind of miss while I'm doing the webtoons is like having the right music.
Because I know you can add music to webtoons, but I don't see a lot of people doing it.
Tapas like supports that, but I think Canvas webtoons you don't have that option. Like I know the original series do. Yeah.
They have the.
I got a question, Dux. How long did you spend searching for the music for Stellarin?
That varies. Sometimes you find the good one right away, but generally, like for each like scene or each kind of like mood, takes about like 2 to 3 hours. But then I just like play the long library, and then I'm like writing in the process or doing something else. So it's not like I think I was playing CS:GO back then. So I was like listening to like a bunch of random music while playing CS:GO, and then I was like, oh, this one's like pretty good.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I played CS:GO like a lot back then. So
Wait, when you play CS:GO?
yeah, I played that like for years.
I mean, I played it for a little bit, but that was only with my friends, so I didn't really play it on my own.
Same here.
I tried playing CS:GO I tried playing it. I just couldn't get a handle of the mechanics and how it was run. So I just could not get into CS:GO. Now,
Oh yeah, you got to memorize the bullet pattern and stuff. So yeah, that was always annoying. So
yeah, tell me about it. So,
but I know when I look for those images that I post on general chat, it took me like a couple hours actually to find the exact image. So
so
yeah, because I had to go. Yeah.
Haven, so you were there at Stellarin since 2016, right? So
yeah.
If you had to compare from back then to now, would you prefer the old Stellarin or the new one?
I mean, the old one holds a lot of nostalgia for me, but the newer one's a lot more polished, and it actually has 3 separate endings. So kind of. Yes, I don't quite remember how the old one ended, but
you don't.
No, it's been a while since I read that one. Because I read that one back in 2016, and then I read the Stellarin 2 in like 2020. So
yeah, fair.
Wait, what's the third ending?
I mean, there's what C. There is C, T, and K. And
no! I thought you meant the second one. Oh, you meant the first one.
Yeah, it's only 2 endings on the second one.
Yeah, no, the first game only had the one ending, I think.
I do have a question in regards to the endings.
Sure.
There it is.
For the first one, Dux, why did you not make an ending? I'm just
Like-
saying.
Like that didn't make sense, right? I mean, like they're like childhood friends. I read like a theory that someone wrote on the internet about like them being siblings, and like he made a lot of sense too. So
Buddy, I love you, but
What?
no.
I mean, it is his character, so
Friend win sometime, and that time was perfect.
Oh,
I could see doing an ending for that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people are fans of that.
I mean, there's a reason we joke about it so much on the servers.
Yeah, like nobody,
Not found?
like nobody wants that. I don't think.
I mean, if it happens, it I don't really. If it happens, it happens. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man.
Here's a question.
Dux,
Here's a question for Dux.
another one
In
for
the future novels,
this
if you're gonna make in the future novels, Dux, are you planning to hire voice actors for your novels in the future?
Here we go.
Oh, like actually hire people,
Yeah, voice actors. Yeah.
voice actors. I don't know. I don't know if I can afford that.
Sure,
To
Quite
be honest.
expensive, really.
You could
Yeah,
go
voice
the
actor.
volunteer.
Like take a look at the budget for like Kara no Shoujo and stuff. Like
Oh,
that stuff
man.
is expensive.
I mean, what he can do is he can post a forum for volunteers.
Yeah, if you want volunteers, but yeah, if you want like professional voice actors, it's not going to be cheap.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Can you
But, yeah,
happily volunteer?
Like I can see using some of the like voice packs that you can get with professional actors in it.
Mhm.
That might work.
Yeah, because
But yeah,
I know some visual novels they're only like partially voiced, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
could
they
just-
have like like when they show up, there's like a little like expression voice.
Yeah, you can always start out with something like that. You don't have to go full blown voice
Yeah,
acting every single line.
That's very possible. That's doable.
Kevin
yeah.
SM? What?
Yeah, I don't think I want English voice actors, to be honest. I'm not a fan of dubs.
Well, sorry, Kevin, you lost your chance.
You're not a man of culture.
Depends on the context, but yeah.
Lost his chance, Kevin.
Yeah, for the most part, I prefer subs.
So Kenny lost his chance.
Yeah, I lost my chance, man. Darn it. But speaking of voice actors, have you ever thought about becoming a voice actor, Doug?
I don't have the voice for that.
Wait, so I'm the only one that aspires to be a voice actor?
I think you could. You have a decent voice to pull that off, but I certainly don't.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you all about it.
I mean, see, I have the looks, but I don't really have the voice, so.
All right, boys, we got time for like one more question each. Shoot.
All right. I'll go last. G Haven, what's up?
What's up? Were you planning on adding any more endings to Stellar N 2? Because I know how you had that relationship system. We all
Yeah, that's right.
Because I know you did Aris's and then Kate's, right? Or no, Len's. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's
yeah,
still
so-
the others. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually I drew out Reen's like ending. I remember. But then I got lazy. I guess.
It got a little,
Let's
it got a
go.
little sidetracked the webtoon. Yeah.
My
I was about to add it, and then I was like, I want to work on something else. But yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely-
Don't force yourself.
I completely understand, my guy.
yeah, I definitely want to redo the Stellar 1 endings, and then I want to add some more to Stellar 2. So I might take like a month or two off from webtoons just to do that. But yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah, maybe like a little in between episode from like.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I already
Something.
drew it, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Go ahead, Sean.
Do you plan on doing more? Hold on, let me rephrase that. Do you see yourself still doing like more novels, making more novels, and etc. etc.
I definitely think novels are easier to do. They take less work than webtoons. But
So I know with webtoons you have to make a certain amount of panels, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so like I aim for like 30 panels right now. Just like it's literally just hard labor, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Such a slave to webtoon.
Yeah, but I mean, even visual novels. I think I had a goal of like writing 1,000 words a day. So that's also hard labor. So it's like it depends on whether I want to like draw versus write.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm working on my drawing, but if I'm done with like this webtoon, I'll probably be sick of drawing, so I'll probably go back to visual novels.
All right,
Yeah.
Ken, you're the last question.
All right, so this has been embarrassing. So
Oh no.
Dux, I gotta ask, man. So with the ending with Len and Lana, is there like gonna be any continuation to that? Like we get to be with Lana.
Hello, talk. You
Oh
mean?
my gosh.
That's
mean-
pretty
I mean-
interesting.
She was alive. She was alive in the simulation, but
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
it's not
like
quite
a
the
little
same
side
thing.
story is what I mean. Like a little side story, basically.
Or like
Yeah, I
backstory
mean-
or something.
Yeah, I remember
That's
drawing
what Kenny
the.
asks.
Sorry.
I did draw the rated R version of Lena, like for patrons. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, boys,
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Dux, do you have any last words?
No, I mean, like this is first time being interviewed, so this is kind of cool. Thanks for reading all my stuff. I know the quality is a little bit inconsistent, but I appreciate
yeah, well-
That's fine.
We want you to be.
I mean, this whole podcast thing is new to us as well. So
yeah,
Well,
like,
Dux,
we're-
appreciate that.
And we want to
Yeah,
have
we're-
some, like,
we
guest
appreciate your time, man.
stars.
we're still getting used to the whole. Yeah, we're still getting used to the whole idea. So
We're still
I'm consistent.
getting in front of camera. We're still getting
Yeah, like
in front of camera.
yeah, like consistently doing a podcast every week and a stream every week. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
like talked to someone who's actually read my stuff, so this is very new. But this
Well,
is cool.
Dux, we
Yeah.
appreciate having you on here today, especially
Yeah.
considering it's your first time. It's been a great honor, man. And we hope to have you on again sometime.
Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you for watching our live stream, our podcast, and as always, like, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, share the heck out of this, and comment below what you guys think. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.